Make sure we get our levels here real quick. Tip of the tongue.
Going in it
Teeth
good.
in the lips. Tip of the tongue. Teeth on the tits. Nipple. Unique New York.
Unique New York.
Unique New York.
Unique New York. Unique New York. Unique New York.
Unique New York.
Unique New York.
Unique.
Tough.
Unique.
New Nork? Unique. That's right.
Nazarov, Saber, Hobbies, and Mariah.
Jiri Prohaska. Jiri Prohaska. Jiri Bukaskas.
Vladimir.
Jiri Bukaskas.
Putin. Vladimir.
The recipe was always
Rasputin.
ripe. The recipe was always ripe.
Ripe for the picking. Snicking, kicking, ripe for the kicking.
Recipe was ripe.
And 3, 2. Welcome on back. Nope. Restart.
It's fine. That's all.
And 3,
Hey.
2. And we're live. Joshua. B-Cup boys. Back in the freaking station. We back. Blake Russell in the hizzy. Josh Beasy in the sneezy.
In the skizzy.
Not looking sleepy, though, because we came with the energy.
That's
What's
right.
going on? Ladies, gentlemen, I'm assuming we have at least one lady that listens to this podcast. What's going on, Miss Lady? If you are a lady listening to this podcast, comment. We want to know. We have women listeners. For all the men out there, what's going on? How we doing? Back in the house.
I had a good joke, but I forgot it.
That dynamite run in there, Josh.
Shit.
You want me to give you time to think about
What's
it?
what cuts wood?
Woodchuck.
A saw, dude.
Shut up. All right. You know what? That was actually... I'm glad we kind of gave you time to think about that one. Stupid, yet funny. Not a dad joke, but funny.
Yeah, you brought it to my mind.
B-Cut boys, back in the building. What are we talking today? UFC Fight Night, Las Vegas, number 19. Curtis Razor Blades versus Derek, the Black Beast. My balls is hot, Lewis.
The Black Beast.
That's
what's
Blake, headlining on Friday. But first, before we get into any of that,
I want to talk about something, Blake.
there you go. Take it away, Josh.
Because we don't usually recap, all right? We don't usually recap, but I want to recap a little bit. You know, forgive me for recapping.
Recap on the resnap?
Because it was the first title fight of the year, you know, so forgive us for recapping. But really don't. Because there's 3 people in the, I've been seeing this week, Kamaru Usman has like a rematch set, right? With Jorge Masvidal.
With Jorge Masvidal.
Is what's going on.
Street Jesus. He called him out after the fight.
Which is...
For those of you who didn't watch the fight, even though I don't know why you watched the show and then wouldn't watch the fight, because that seems like a lack of fanship, but whatever. For those of you who didn't watch the fight, Kamaru Usman versus
Gilbert Burns.
I almost said
That's
Lima
right.
because
Hey.
Lima's little brother was in the fight. Gilbert Burns versus Kamaru Usman. We talked about it last week. We broke it all down. You can check that out on the YouTube. I'm not going to recap any of that. Long story short is Josh was wrong.
So I've been hearing all this week that, you know, Kamaru Usman is fighting Jorge Masvidal. There is 3 people in the welterweight division that deserve another title shot. You could argue Leon Edwards deserves one, but he hasn't fought in 600 days. You think he deserves an instant title shot? Maybe. You might be one of those people.
14 months?
But there's
Right.
there's only 3 people that really deserve a title
like
shot
that? No,
in the
one
welterweight
match.
division.
I would say you're right.
Not including Kamaru Usman. And that's the people he already beat. So it's Gilbert Burns, it's Colby Covington, and it's Jorge Masvidal.
Okay.
Everyone's
and we already
talking-
saw Gilbert's try, and he lost.
Everyone's
And actually, that fight, not to go over the whole thing, but Gilbert Burns got beaten pretty handedly. I mean, like,
Yeah,
it really
oh, yeah.
wasn't close. Second round
Oh,
knockout.
yeah.
You know, we talked about it last week on the show. I think we gave too much credit to Gilbert Burns and thought it was going to be a lot closer and really didn't give enough credit to Kamaru Usman and how just dominant his 13-win stretch has been. in the UFC. And honestly, I still don't like the guy, just from a character standpoint. But the guy is freaking good, man. He went out there, put on a clinic. I mean, he showed why he has the belt currently. So that was Gilbert Burns' shot. So you think,
if you watched the broadcast, you would know that Kamaru's jab was the difference because they said it about 3,000 times.
It's the jab. Watch out. It's the Kamaru's jab. That's the jab, though.
But out of those three, who is most deserving of a title rematch?
Jorge Masvidal.
No.
Yes. Oh, I mean, okay. Colby Covington, because
Thank
that
you.
fight.
Thank you. That's
fight
what I point.
was
that's
epic.
What I
it went
about.
4 rounds. He broke his jaw. No, it went to decision.
He ended
beat
him
his
in the
jaw.
5th round.
Yeah, he broke his jaw.
Regardless, if it went to decision, it was 3-2 Kamaru. He should have won regardless, but
it was a freaking slugfest, man.
Like
it was a slugfest.
Have I gone to YouTube and watched Jorge Masvidal versus Kamaru Usman and like tried to watch that back? No, I haven't
watched
at
that
all.
Live. I didn't need to dissect it again the second time. I saw Kamaru take Masvidal and ragdoll him around a cage for about 5 rounds.
How many times have I gone back and watched Colby Covington versus Kamaru Usman?
7.
At least a couple. Because that's like, that fight was good. That fight was interesting. That fight was fun. And I'm not a fan of Colby Covington. I don't really like the guy that much. But if you're telling me, like, if your argument is Leon Edwards deserves a title shot, if your argument is Jorge Masvidal deserves the title shot, and you're talking about The Ultimate Fighter, you're talking about these guys being coaches on The Ultimate Fighter, you're talking about these guys recapping their fight, please promote the fact that it was 6 days notice for Jorge Masvidal and that it was on a completely different time dimension. Like, us in the U.S., we have no idea what time it was there. It was probably 4.
It was in Dubai, correct?
5 a.m. So, like, that's the thing. If you're going to promote this matchup and stick with it, Masvidal versus Usman, please promote the fact that he took it on 6 days notice. Yeah. He almost passed out making weight.
Yeah.
But that he took him 5 rounds. That's it. Those are the only things.
Masvidal, though, for one, going to a decision.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one
on
credit
a 6 days notice. What is that flight? 18-hour flight.
At least 20.
And then at least 20. Then fighting at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning. That's ridiculous. So first of all, the gangsterness of Street Jesus over here to take that fight on short notice, that should never be undersold.
Never.
But yes, you must mention that shit the next time you guys bring this fight up, because
please.
I would agree with you. I think the argument, the person who has the least bit of argument right now is Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards, is he good? Yes.
I don't know.
I hope so. I haven't seen him fight in about 2 years almost. So, we know the last time that he stepped in the cage, put on a nice performance. But to me, even when I watch film on Edwards, he still just, like, there's something about him that doesn't wow me. You know what I mean? Great fighter. Good technique. Been putting some things together. Then he had a hiatus. Couldn't get a fight scheduled for a while. Had some injury issues. We'll see here.
And it's scheduled now. He's finally got a fight.
Supposed to fight
Finally.
Chimaev couldn't do it. Actually, news about Chimaev real quick. Chimaev had to be flown to the United States because he's having some serious issues right now with COVID, affecting his health. And I'm not sure they haven't really outlined exactly what is the complications at the moment, but he had to be flown to the U.S. to get some of the better help because
it's the best medical care that you can get.
Regardless of it might be the most expensive, but it is the best you're going to be able to get. So
that's why he was flown here.
Hopefully Chimaev, who is a up-and-coming shooting bottle rocket star in this league, hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he recovers smoothly. But right now, Leon has a fight scheduled because somebody stepped up. Josh, pointing to you.
March 13th. And that's going to be against Belal Muhammed,
Belal Muhammed, who just fought in last week's event, 258.
Yes, sir.
Versus
it was 258.
It was 258.
Yeah, you're right. It's weird.
Belal Muhammed stepped
he fought
up on
Diego
what,
Lima.
7 days notice? 6 days notice?
He's got
6 days
he's got
notice.
about a month or
No.
oh yeah.
Oh, I'm
you're
sorry.
right.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean it's definitely not a month.
It's not a month, but I'm sorry. A headline I had read earlier today had misspoke on a time period, so I took that and accidentally ran with it.
Yeah, Belal. I mean the matchup. Diego Lima
He
is
accepted it
on his way out, but
on day 5 after
a
5 days
fight.
after, not 5 days before.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me, and it's like he deserves a lot of respect.
Yeah.
I like Belal Muhammed. I've always thought
Had
he's a
good
good
showing
fighter.
against Diego Lima.
And the one thing I was gonna knock him for was like activeness, but now he's fighting. That he just accepted a fight against the number 3 welterweight in the world. So I think it's a timing thing, and that Belal Muhammad is a really good fighter. We'll see what Leon Edwards is, because right now going into a Leon Edwards fight, I have zero expectations. I don't have any expectations for what he's gonna bring, or I know Bully B is a tough cat, so we'll see what he brings. But that's a good matchup to look forward to, for sure.
Because I think it's going to test Edwards more than it'll test Muhammad.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the make or break fight for Leon Edwards, because we haven't seen him fighting for so long. We don't really even know what he's capable of really coming off this long stint, because there's types of fighters who you put them in the cage, they're ready to go. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where. Could be the Denny's parking lot. Could be freaking Walmart.
Derek Minner.
Yeah, no, his was actually in the Waffle House parking lot.
That's right.
Yeah, so, I mean, it could be anywhere, and they're ready to go. A guy like Jorge Masvidal, a guy like Nate Diaz. Does not matter. They're ready to go whenever they step in the cage. We haven't really gotten to test Leon Edwards.
I don't know what kind of fighter Leon is. I mean, I wish I did. I know he's got, like, family in the sport. He's got brothers that are in Bellator and stuff. They're obviously about this life, this stuff. But, man, it's Leon Edwards. I haven't watched this dude fight. I haven't watched anything from Leon Edwards until he got 3-piece in a soda by Jorge Masvidal. That's my lasting memory.
So the last time we saw Leon Edwards got his ass beat
That's my lasting memory
in the hallway at the UFC event. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, I would say anybody who deserves a fight right now, welterweight division, next up against Kamaru, has to go Colby.
3 guys, right?
Has to be Colby, then Jorge. We'll see about Leon Edwards. I still don't even know if he really deserves it.
Gilbert before Leon Edwards, because he pieced him up in the first round. He won that first round.
Okay.
No, maybe not.
I don't think he did, but that's just me.
Well, he wobbled him. And what did Colby do? Wobbled him in the first round.
I think Colby's fight was still better.
Oh, it was the best.
And
fight.
I think Masvidal still deserves a shot before Burns. So I'd say Burns deserves a shot before Edwards.
And that's the main thing, is that I've been seeing just everything this week. Kamaru and Jorge Masvidal, they're going to be on. He's already talking smack. He's already saying, like, Miami is mine. I run Miami. It's like, dude.
I'm sorry.
I don't like Colby Covington, but please acknowledge the fact that is your strongest adversary at 170 pounds, because Jorge Masvidal, he has the name, he has the star power, he has a lot of backing. You do an Ultimate Fighter with him, people will watch it.
Oh, yeah.
For the casual fan, hell yeah, I'm in on Kamaru Usman. Because for the casual fan, I just learned about Kamaru Usman. Yeah. Let's be honest. And then
Last night was really the coming out party. I think that Kamaru...
For the coming out.
I mean, if not, it was the Masvidal fight before that, but even that, I think a lot of fans still didn't have a whole lot of knowledge on Kamaru.
Yeah, the casual fan.
Masvidal had just come off that great fight against Nate Diaz.
Beat him up.
Yeah, I mean, he beat him up. Now, well, I won't even go into that fight.
But stop because of a cut. Beat him up.
Which is a cut that Nate gets every single fight, which is a stupid fight. But it is what it is. And going forward, Nate's going to be ready to fight whoever. And the fact that he can get high now and fight, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to fight even more.
That's the thing with the sport. It could all be different with minuscule situations.
Exactly.
It could all be different. You don't stop that fight. You give Gabe Green. You discount points for his nut shots that Ariel Helwani was fucking talking about this weekend.
Yeah.
But regardless, for the real MMA fan, I'm saying that Colby Covington, out of anybody in the welterweight division deserves a rematch against Kamaru Usman.
And can we talk about how, so first of all, Colby Covington. Well, first off, Kamaru Usman, very cringe when it comes to listening to him talk smack. I mean, you can tell it's kind of forced, or he just isn't used to doing it very much. You know what I mean? Like, he talks smack, but it's like, yeah, I am the best. Who were you going to put against me? It's like, I don't know if you believe the words that come out of your mouth. I know that you're trying to play the part. Now, with Colby, it's even funnier. Because I think Colby truly, in his mind, does believe he is the best. But when it comes out, he just sounds stupid. So, because somebody writes his lines for him.
Obviously.
So it's funny when we get these two.
Fake newsman.
If we get these two back in the up on that main stage talking smack, man.
I don't even care about
gonna be
that part.
No, I'm saying it's gonna just be an awkwardly hilarious, just like fake news fight. It's gonna be the Marty Fake Newsman versus King MAGA himself.
It's gonna be a cringe fest the whole time.
It will be,
but
once they
watch
step in the ring,
fight.
it's on.
Watch them fight.
Don't let the bad trash talk.
It's gonna be crazy.
Overshadow what that fight will become.
Yeah, Kamaru's just not good at I know he was on Rogan's podcast, so when you saw him and Rogan post fight, it was like a little familiar. He's like, "Hey Joe, I know you. You know, you like me, I like you. I can be a little free here." And then he just, I don't know. He ended up sounding like
I think he's a weirdo.
He's like, he put some respect on my name. It was like, it just.
And even Joe after the fight
it's like a little
said,
force.
Kamaru,